Come here, mister. Place. No, no. Place. Come on. Good boy. Come on. Good. Sit. Yes. Good man. All right. So, we are about to do our very first obedience training session. And there's a couple things I want to explain just so you know what's going on here. The way that I'm going to teach him how to sit is by taking it, well, you've already taught him to sit, but the way I would take it is to hold a treat, get his focus on it, bring it up over his head, and when the dog looks up, the butt hits the ground, you mark it and reward it. The way I teach heel is I have a treat in my hand, like right here, with my thumb pinned on it, and I say heel, and I lure the dog, you know, and when I get the dog into the position I want, which is right by my side, I mark it and I reward it. When I want to teach down, I get a treat, the dog interested in a treat, I bring the treat down to the ground. When the dog goes down, yes, I mark it and I reward it. Okay? Now, a couple things about these verbal markers. When I say I mark it and I reward it, this is incredibly important because the entire system that I use of dog training is based on the dog being able to know when it's getting something right or wrong. And basically, the way that we teach a dog to do things is to figure out a way to manipulate the dog into giving us what we want, and then we reward the dog for giving that to us. But what we're adding in between the luring and the rewarding is what's called a verbal marker. And that just means you got it right. So if I lure the dog into a sitting position, I would say, yes. And then I see he's already getting conditioned to that because I've been walking around going, yes, and then giving him a treat. So now when he hears the word yes, he knows that it's time to get a treat. It's no different than clicker training where, you know, click, click, you give a treat. Only instead of having to hold some stupid thing in our hand, we just say, yes. And then the dog knows, oh, I did something right to get a reward. When the dog gets it wrong, we say, nope, nope, or no, or you know, you can kind of pick your poison. You really want to just pick one and stick to it. And so I just say, nope. And that just means you didn't get it right, you got it wrong, I don't like what you're doing, whatever, you don't get the reward. There is a bridge gap in between getting the reward or not getting the reward, and this is how we create duration and distance, getting a dog to hold a command even when we are moving around, moving away from the dog, or whatever. And that's by using the marker good. And all that means is you're getting it right, but we're not done yet. It's not time for the reward. So let's say I want the dog to sit on his place board while I walk away and come back. As I'm walking away and coming back, I'd be saying, good, good boy, good dog, which means you're doing just fine, you're giving me, no, gentle. You're giving me what I want, but we're not ready yet. But then when I get back to the place board and it's time to give him a treat, use that YES word. I don't want to run out of treats here. And that's called marking and rewarding, okay? So that's all that's going on here. I want to point out a couple other things. When I am teaching a dog to heel, I have a treat bag on the side that I'm teaching. It's usually closer to my butt cheek than my stomach, so that as we walk around and the dog starts getting conditioned to hanging out right here for a treat, he's not way out in front of me, he's behind me. So to give you a side view, this is a good heel position where the dog's nose really is no farther than your knee or your waistline, okay? And so when we're teaching this, see, he came out in front of me, I go, no, heel. And I bring him back here, get him behind me, yes. And I mark it and I reward that position right there. And every time I'm gonna give him another reward, that's where it's gonna go to, right behind my treat bag. So that's where he gets conditioned to hanging out. And this requires us to be very focused on what we're doing. If we start rewarding out here, then the communication with the dog is very unclear and muddy. And the dog's like, where the hell do you want me? Do you want me here? Do you want me here? Do you want me here? So we have to be 100% consistent with always giving the treat right here. When we are luring the dog around, like say I want to lure him in a circle, it's important that I keep my hand right here. I can move my body, but I don't want to move my hand. Sit. No. Sit. Yes. See, I'm marking and I'm rewarding. Now the other command is place, which ultimately means get on your place board and lie down. But since he doesn't know down yet, we're kind of doing it all at the same time. So I might practice a couple downs and then a couple places. So down. Lay down. Nope. Down. Yes. Down. Yes. Good boy. Sit. Sit. Let's go. Sit. Yes. Good boy. Down. Nope. Down. Lay down. Lay down. Nope, nope. Down. Yes. Yes. Close enough. Got to start somewhere. He doesn't always get it perfect, but I still want to reward it because I don't want him to get bored and check out. Down. Nope, nope. Down. No. Down. Good. Nope, nope. Down. Yes. Down. Lay down. Nope. Sit. Good. Down. Lay down. Lay down. Nope, nope. Sit. Good. Down. Yes. Yes. Good boy. Very good. Good doggy. Yes. Come. Yes. Come. Yes. Place. Good boy. Yes. Down. Lay down. Nope. Down. Yes. Good. Good. Lay down. Down. Lay down. Lay down. Nope, nope. Sit. Good. Down. Nope. Down. Nope, nope. Down. Yes. Very good. Very good. Heel. Sit. Yes. Good boy. Heel. Good boy. Heel. Good boy. Very good. Very good boy. Where are we going? Where are we going? Yep. There we go. And sit. Yes. Good dog. Down. Yes. So when he really nails it, I want to give him like 5 treats in a row so he remembers that. Oh yeah, That's what down means. Very good doggy. Come. Yes. Oh, there it is. Place. Yes. Very good boy. This is also a very small place board, so it's harder for big dogs to figure out how to lay down on it, but it's when they nail it, they nail it. Nope, nope. Place. Good boy. Come on. Good boy. Very good. Yes. What a good doggy. And down. Lay down. Nope. Down. Yes. Good enough. Heel. 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 Good boy. Very good. Very good. Sit. Yes. Heel. Good. Very good boy. Look at how good. And place. Very good. Yes. Good boy. Good dog, mister. Very good boy. Look at what a good dog that you are. You are such a smart man. Yes, you are. You are a very smart doggy boy you are. Oh, yes. Oh, he's such a good one. Yes, he is a good one. Oh, yes. You are a smart man. What you got? What do we got here, huh? Let's try a couple more downs, and then we're going to call it a night. Yep. Good. Sit. Good. Down. Yes. Good boy. Down. Yes. Good boy. Come. Good boy. Sit. Yes. Very good. Down. Nope. Down. Yes. Very good dog. Down. Yes. Good boy. What a good dog, mister. You're a pretty good boy you are. Very good doggy. Yes. Oh, it's such a big one. Oh, yes. You're the big man. He loves to just fall down right on top of you. He's so cute. So, one thing to note about these verbal markers. What we're doing here is something called classical conditioning, where we teach the dog to associate some type of formerly meaningless stimuli, whether it's a sound or a movement or whatever, something that used to mean nothing to the dog, like yes, you know. Before tonight, the dog had no idea what that meant. Now the dog associates yes with getting a reward. It associates no with having the reward moved away. And it associates good. That means like you're about to get it, it's coming, you just gotta keep doing whatever you're doing, right? That's called classical conditioning. It's the same thing as like when you grab your keys and all the dogs are like, whoa, where are you going? They've become classically conditioned to the sound of that key jingle, meaning you're leaving. So they want to know if they can come or whatever, right? Another one, you open your refrigerator door and the dog comes running. He's been classically conditioned to associate the sound of the refrigerator opening with the possibility of getting food, okay? So that's all classical conditioning is. The same way, eventually, if you need to teach a dog to stop doing something, like let's say the dog continuously gets into the trash when you're not looking. So what you'd want to do is leave the room or turn your back to where the dog thinks you're not looking, and right as the dog's about to get into the trash, you say no, and then you deliver some sort of punisher. Maybe you took, I don't know, a Nerf football and threw it across the room and beamed the dog in the head with it. And the dog's like, oh shit, that kind of sucked. And so if every single time you said no, you threw a Nerf football at the dog, within like a day or two, whenever you go no, the dog's gonna go, whoa, everything cool? Is there about to be a Nerf football flying at me? And we want that. We want that kind of response in a dog when we say the word no, because that's how we ultimately keep a dog safe. No should become classically conditioned to the dog with some sort of incoming punishment. Now that doesn't mean we're walking up and kicking the dog or hitting the dog. Hands are for love and for food. We don't spank, we don't hit, and we don't yell, because yelling is dumb. The dog doesn't understand that. It's not considered a punishment. A punishment is something physical. Even like, hey, no. I grabbed the collar right there and I kind of pushed him into a down while I'm like speaking to him in an unpleasant tone. That's a punisher, right? And all I'm doing is telling him, don't bite me, chill out. So that's kind of what classical conditioning is. Now, in order for these words, yes, good, and no, to become deeply classically conditioned, one thing is really important. You need to say the word and then do the motion. If you want to charge yes, you need to say yes, and then you pull out a treat and you give it to the dog. Yeah. What people tend to do is they go yes, so they give the dog the treat at the same time that they say yes, in which case yes never really gets charged, because the dog is always going to follow like movement and visual over any type of sound or audio. So that audio needs to come before the visual presentation of the treat in order for the dog to make that association. That's all. If they happen at the same time, you could go yes 1,000 times, and on the 1,001th time, if you say yes, the dog will not look at you like, where's my treat? Because he has made no association. But if you practice this 20 times where you go yes, then you give the treat, on the 21st time when you go yes, the dog will look at you like, oh, where's my treat? Same thing if you're saying no and delivering a punisher. So ultimately there's two kinds of no. There's nope, meaning you didn't get it right and I'm gonna withhold the treat. But then there's also no, you know, where it's delivered flatly and maybe slightly sternly, and that means you're doing something wrong that you shouldn't be, and homie, don't play that. You know what I mean? So even if you were gonna take a stuffed animal and go no, after like doing that 10 times, when I go no, the dog's gonna move out of the way to avoid, you know what I mean? That's how we classically can train no. But this dog is not doing anything wrong that I need to punish yet. He's not doing anything wrong. He's giving me everything I want and pretty much nothing that I don't. He's all up in my grill a bit in the morning, which kind of annoys me, but he's a puppy, you know? So he's not misbehaving. He's not doing anything that deserves me saying no and delivering a punisher, whatever that may be. And we never punish a dog when we're trying to teach it how to do something just because it's not getting it right. The only punishment there is you don't get your treat, you know? So that's the beginning of it all. This is called balanced training, where we teach through a series of rewards and punishments. Like when it comes to obedience training, it's all just a party like you saw. It's all just treats or no treats. When behavioral training kicks in, like you can't jump on people, you can't walk ahead of me, that's when we start using punishers. Just like when we're walking him and he starts walking ahead of us and we pop backwards on the leash to give those light pinches, that's punishment for walking too far ahead. And I want to be real clear on that because, you know, in the dog world, a lot of times when we talk about punishments, people are really quick to be like, oh, you punish your dog, you're some kind of abuser, blah, blah. A punishment is simply like literally taking the leash and popping backwards like this on a prong collar. It doesn't hurt the dog, doesn't make him squeal out in pain, but it's unpleasant enough to where it motivates the dog to back up, so that it will stop. You know what I mean? So that's an example of how we would punish something we don't want the dog to do, but all we're doing here is teaching him what we do want. So it's just treat or no treat. But it's really imperative that we are consistent with those verbal markers, yes, good, and no.